23rd ranked COC men's basketball team looking to continue its best start in recent memory. Back at home, trying to stay unbeaten on their home floor, hosting the Cypress Chargers. Hi everybody, I'm Matt Robinson. Welcome in here to College of the Canyons as we bring you more basketball in the 3C2A men's basketball here on a Thursday night. The Cougars, as we said, off to one of their best starts in recent memory. 6-2 to open up the season, and they've not lost a game yet on their home floor. Perfect so far. They've beat Oxnard, Barstow, Chaffee, and San Diego Mesa here at the Cougar Cage, trying to make it 5 for 5 in the young season. As it's been a good start for Howard Fisher's squad in his 22nd season as the head coach of the Cougars, just the second head coach in program history, and that tells you a lot how much of an institution Coach Fisher has been here. And he's got his team off to, like we said, a pretty good start. They've gotten a lot of contributions from all around the floor. Of course, Andrew Henderson, one of the guys we talk about quite often, averaging 18 points a game. But really, it starts with Dylan Barrientos. He's been the guy handling the ball, the point guard so far this year for the Cougars, averaging almost 4 assists and 2 steals per game. And it's been double figures as well at 11.4. He's gotten a lot of minutes, averaging 27.6 per game. And he's been very good, a freshman so far this year, just getting his legs under him in the college game. A local product as well from Hart High School out of the Santa Clarita area. So he has been a pleasant surprise running the point for the Cougars, as it was kind of a question mark this year coming in. It was a very young roster, not a single sophomore outside of Eric Grajales on the roster. Everybody else is freshmen, so it was a situation of who is going to step up and step in and make some big-time plays. Barrientos, Henderson have been some of those guys. The Cougars have actually gotten deeper on the bench as the year has gone on. Aaron Reyes, Corwin Smith, King Miller, Jimmy Galgano all have contributed nicely this year, and you expect them to continue the same. They'll have a tough test today in the Cypress Chargers, who were 7-4 coming into the year. Third straight season with 7 wins in their first 11 games for Andrew Ahadef in his 8th season as the Chargers head coach. And they look to a couple of guys on the floor. Remia Agdi Digba as averages almost 19 per this year in 15 minutes. He's their leading scorer, shooting 48% from the floor, the guard 6'1", out of Gardena High School. And then Felix Reeves, who's shooting 56% from the floor this year, 41% from 3. He's kind of streaky, only averages 7.3 per in 12 and a half minutes, but has the ability to shoot and knock down shots when they call upon him. You can also look down the roster for Cypress. Tommy Flanagan, the guy that kind of runs the show offensively. Him and Grant C. are the twin guards that control the basketball up the floor and are very good distributors, each averaging over 3 assists per game, so it should make for an interesting matchup in the point guard facet. Not a lot of bigs on either side. Cypress does go a little deep down as the roster continues on. Davion Smith-Coleman averaging 2.5 per. He's 6'6", and outside of Grajales and Corwin Smith for the Cougars, the tallest body on the floor for either side. So we'll see if he gets a factor in, see if the Cougars try and match against him. Should be an interesting one. We'll step aside for now. Starting lineups in the opening tip when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
filmmaking program at COC is one of the best programs because it has literally jump-started my career.
Most of the instructors actually have worked in Hollywood, so having instructors that have done it before and know the ins and outs, I think really helps.
We here at COC have a kind of a sandbox approach, and that is to say we've got a lot of cool equipment, a lot of great facilities. Enroll in our class and we're going to let you play in the sandbox.
The photography department at College of the Canyons is a place for photography students of all levels to come together and create.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back into College of the Canyons as we get you ready for the 23rd ranked COC Cougars and the Cypress Chargers here from the Cougar Cage on a Thursday night. Starting lineups for each side. For Cypress, Tommy Flanagan going to get the start at guard. Rami Adigba getting the start at guard as well. Paul Head, the third guard. Felix Reeves, the forward. And Davion Smith-Coleman starting in the center position for the Cougars. Andrew Henderson, Jimmy Galgano, Dylan Barrientos, Corwin Smith, and King Miller getting the start for COC. Just waiting on the officials to get out on the floor, and we will be ready to go. College of the Canyons and Cypress. I think they announced Grant C, so we'll have to see if it's Coleman or C on the floor. It is actually Coleman on the floor. Once the officials are ready to go, we will be ready to go here on a Thursday night. First of two games this weekend here at the Cougar Cage for the College of the Canyons men's basketball team. They'll take on Rio Hondo on Saturday. That one's a 5 p.m. start time, so make sure you tune in early for that one if you're going to join us here on the Cougar Sports Network. As it'll be Smith and Reeves to jump for it. Opening tip won by the Cougars, and we are underway. Barrientos will walk it across the timeline. The Cougars in their white uniforms attacking the goal to our left here in the first half. Cypress in black uniforms with some gold trim. Cougars struggle with the handle on the ball. King Miller has it stripped. Cypress gonna run back the other way. Adi Digban, an easy lay-in, will score it. And Cypress on the board first. But a lay-in by their leading scorer. So the Cougars turn the ball over. That's been a problem for COC this year. Turnovers 16.4 per game. That's 22nd most in the 3C2A. And I know it's something they talk about before every game out on the floor. And it just seems to be there a little bit snake bit. Nice jumper on a good bounce pass from King Miller to find Corwin Smith. He has his first bucket of the game. Smith averaging 7.1 per in 16 and a half minutes. Showing a little bit of range that time. Three-pointer on the way from Paul Head. No good, too strong. King Miller pulls down the board. The Cougars will run the floor back the other way. Barrientos ahead. Smith, block extended jumper, no good, short. Gets his own rebound, tries to work it under the basket. Now we'll spin it back out to King Miller. He'll drive into the paint. Throws it up with the left hand. He draws a foul and will go to the line. Good job by King to get to the line that time. Looked like he had a lane. It got closed out by Davion Smith-Coleman, who will pick up the foul. And King Miller will go to the line and shoot two. Miller this year, 66.7% from the foul line. First free throw is good. So the Cougars in the lead, 3-2. Just underway if you're just joining us. Miller misses the second. Rebound pulled down by Cypress. And they'll run the floor back the other way. Flanagan running the point here for the Chargers. We'll get it to Reeves. Back to Flanagan, who looks back at the bench and will reset the offense here. Flanagan trying to work against Barrientos here, who's out tight on him. We'll drop it off to Head. Into the corner. Three-pointer on the way from Adi Digba is good. So leading scorer for Cypress, 2 for 2 from the floor. It's a 5-3 lead for the Chargers. Barrientos with the basketball will drop it off to Galgano. He'll leave it for Henderson. Henderson step back three with a hand in his face, but it's pure. Nice shot from Henderson. Showing his range here early on. The Cougars' leading scorer averages over 18 per. And shoots 38% from three. Cypress, I believe, stepped on the sideline, so it'll be a turnover against the Chargers. Cougar basketball. Just a little over 2 minutes in. Howard Fisher holding up one finger to set up the play for the Cougars as Barrientos brings it into the front court. Miller now dumps it back inside. Barrientos, easy lay-in. Good pass from King Miller on a good cut from Barrientos to the bucket. And the Cougars have a three-point lead, their largest here of the early going. Head will stop and pop a three early in the shot clock, too strong. Rebound down to Corwin Smith. He'll run it back the other way. Stops it in the front court, leaves it for King Miller. Miller on the floor with his left hand, goes to the basket, throws it up. Good floater from Miller is good. And the Cougars with a 5-point lead. Timeout on the floor by Cypress. As Andrew Ahadif wants to talk about it, we'll take a break as well. Cougars in the lead, 10-5, 17-13 to go here in the first half.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Welcome back into the Cougar Cage. COC with an early 10-5 lead over Cypress. If you're just tuning in, as we go back to work, Cypress with the basketball here. As Flanagan will work it into the center circle. Obayaga on the floor for the first time today, and he's going to be called for a travel. Moved his feet before he put the ball on the floor. Obayaga averages 3 points a game in just 6 minutes. He's coming off the bench once again. 10-5 lead here for COC. Offensive foul going to be called against the Cougars. I think it's going to go against Galgano. It's going to be his first. Must have been underneath the basket, away from the basketball. So turnover by COC on the foul. And Flanagan will bring it up the floor now for Cypress, trailing by 5. 16:40 to go here in the first half. Just underway if you're just joining us. As Cypress will get it to the near side. Flanagan will put up a deep three with a hand in his face, but he knocks it down. Good shot right over the top of Barrientos, and it cuts the lead back to 2. Barrientos for the Cougars over to Galgano, wanting to work it inside. Smith is doubled down low. Will spin it back out, throws it up top. Galgano kicks it wing. Three-pointer on the way. Barrientos halfway in, but it rattled out. It's a good look for Barrientos, just didn't knock it down. That's been something the Cougars have been struggling with a little bit lately. The three-point shooting has not been quite where they'd like it. Shot just 25% in their last game against San Diego Mesa. Shot 26% in the loss to Long Beach. But overall this year, the three-point shooting has been pretty good, 31.9%. As Miller going to draw a foul. Just the second foul on Cypress here early on. So the Cougars will inbound for the baseline underneath the Cypress basket. Barrientos to inbound. We'll get it into King Miller. He'll put up a three-pointer off the inbound, and it's good. Nice shot from King Miller, his second bucket of the day. And the Cougars back with a 5-point lead. Miller now with 6 for the Cougars. Foul down low on COC, as driving to the basket was Trent Goldman, and he'll get to the line. Foul going to go against Corwin Smith. We'll send Goldman to the line to shoot 2, an 86% foul shooter this year. Makes the first of 2. Goldman makes both, has now made 39 foul shots on the year. The lead down to 3 here for COC. So here's Barrientos with the basketball, working against Flanagan. Off the screen of Smith, now has to find an outlet. Gets it to Quincy Arms. He wants to put it on the floor. Guarded tightly by Adi Digba. Over to Caden Arnold, up top Barrientos, but stepping in to try and get the steal was Flanagan, and he does. You can see why Flanagan has 2 steals per this year. Reads the defense, or reads the offensive set well, and able to step in and get a steal. Adi Digba, three-pointer on the way, no good. And then it hit the wiring above the basket. It'll be COC basketball. Dylan Griffin coming in, Andrew Henderson coming off. Henderson quiet so far here early, just a three-pointer, and that's it. He's only taken 1 shot. The Cougars with a 3-point lead, so spreading the ball well here early on. As Barrientos with the basketball will work it up the floor. Here's Arms, now to Griffin. They'll work it along the perimeter to Arnold. Arnold, bounce pass inside. Smith, little jumper from the same spot he hit one earlier, didn't get it to go. Got his own rebound, put it back up, missed everything. And a good hustle rebound from Griffin, but they say he stepped out of bounds. It'll be Cypress basketball. 14:44 to go here in the first half. 13-10 Cougars. COC this year, as we said, off to their best start since 2012-13 when they went 5-3 to open up the year. That year they went 21-9, lost in the 3rd round of the playoffs. Howard Fisher trying to capture similar magic this year as the team 6-2 and looking to stay perfect here on their home floor. Flowers trying to work inside against Corwin Smith, couldn't get inside, got it back to Flanagan. Over to Reeves, three-pointer on the way was short. Rebound pulled down by Adi Digba, but he's fouled. Smith going to be called for the foul. Wasn't happy with it, but I think it's mostly just a hustle foul more than anything else. The Chargers will go back to work on the inbound. Good play off the inbound to find Goldman for an easy bucket. Cuts the lead back to 1. Goldman this year averaging 8.9 per. Only gets about 15 minutes a game as Arnold will put up a three-pointer straight away, and it's good. And Arnold with a 3, and the Cougars finding a little bit of a strump from 3 here early on. Arnold a 23% free throw or three-point shooter this year. only averages 4 points a game. He's got a 3 here early on. Another travel called against Cypress. So it's another turnover on the Chargers, and the Cougars will get the ball back. Here's Griffin with the basketball for COC. Got it to Arms, now to Arnold, who's guarded out high by Goldman. Wants to put it on the floor. Instead, we'll get it back to Barrientos. Barrientos will drive with the left. Probes the defense, instead kicks it back to Arnold. Little stutter step, goes to the basket. Challenged by Reeves, no foul called. And I think Reeves might have got a hand on it, so it's a block by Felix Reeves, and Cypress will work on the offensive side, trailing by 4. 16-12, Cougars in the lead. Flanagan with the ball will put up a 3-pointer. Good, nice shot from Flanagan. Flanagan only averages 8 per game, and he only shoots 20% from 3. But when you give him open looks like that, he's going to knock him down. Flanagan didn't play against Cuyamaca the other day. And he's not really a guy that's known as a point getter. He's really a defensive stopper and a distributor. 16th in the state of California in steals this year, 22nd in the state in assists, as he averages 2.6 assists per game, or excuse me, averages 3.4 assists per game and almost 2 steals a game. He's had at least 1 assist and 1 steal in 7 of 10 this year. It's off the inbound. Griffin's 3-pointer misses everything. It's right into the hands of Flowers. And Cypress with the chance to retake the lead, trailing 16-15. Goldman driving, blocking foul going to be called against COC as they say Arms, actually, excuse me, it was Zion Caston, didn't quite get his feet set. It's a shooting foul, so Goldman will go to the line and shoot 2. Goldman, 20th in the state in free throws made, excuse me, this year. That free throw is his 40th of the season. And he's 24th in free throw percentage. He's 4 for 4 here early today, and Cypress has their second lead of the game at 17-16. Arnold with the basketball for COC. Trying to work against Flanagan, who knocks it away from him. Arnold able to get it back. We'll try and work it up the floor. Flanagan very tight against Arnold. Now Henderson drives against Felix and pops from about 16 and knocks it down. You can see why Henderson this year averaging 18.1 and is one of the state leaders in points this year. There's a 3-pointer on the other side by Goldman is good, and a timeout called by College of the Canyons. As Howard Fisher wants to talk about it, each team has used a timeout. We will step aside. It's 20-18 Cypress in the lead here from the Cougar cage.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
20-18 Cypress in the lead. As Trent Goldman lighting it up here early on, 9 points perfect from the floor and 4 of 4 from the line. King Miller with 6 leading the way for the Cougars. COC, good pass to the inside, scored in the foul for Cameron McCray on the drive. As he will go to the line, and a good dish by Caden Arnold that time to find McCray, and the Cougars have a chance to retake the lead. McCray this year just 3.3 per. Misses the free throw. That's his first foul shot miss of the season. It was perfect before that. Had gone 2 for 2. something the Cougars, one of the places they've struggled this year, 69.7% from the foul line. Adi Digba drives, offensive foul. Henderson outside the restricted area had his feet set. And actually the officials are gonna change it. It's gonna be a block against Henderson. It'll be his first. I was gonna say, I thought his heels might be inside the restricted area. The official down low was the one that originally signaled that it was a charge. And the far side official, who's out high, ran all the way down the floor to talk to him. And that actually upset Howard Fisher. Howard Fisher actually made sure he marched all the way up the floor from where he usually stands. And so you can score the bucket and the free throw. It's a 3-point lead as Adi Digba gets credit for the basket. Henderson, a little jumper from the block, extended about 10 out, didn't get it to go. And then Griffin called for a foul after Goldman ripped down the board. And the Cougars going to get Barrientos and Galgano back on the floor as Arnold and Griffin going to come off. It's the 6th foul on the Cougars already here. Cypress trying to extend the lead. They do. Goldman underneath. He's been hot so far here today. Goldman, as we said, just averages 9 a game, but right now he's got 11 to lead the way for Cypress. Henderson with the basketball, guarded by Adi Digba. Got it over to McCray. He'll put up a three-pointer. Oh, that was halfway down and rattled out. Another miss for COC. Head with a three-pointer on the other side, no good. Reeves went up for the rebound putback, but didn't get it to go, and the Cougars come back the other way. Henderson on the dribble, lost it. I think he was trying to zip it inside to Galgano, could not. Cypress back the other way. Adi Digba blocked by Henderson from behind on the chase down block, and we go back the other way. McCray able to get free, put it up with the right hand, didn't get it to fall. An easy rebound for Reeves, and we'll slow things down a bit. Here's Head, leaves it for Adi Digba, now back to Flanagan. Flanagan to his left, throws it back. Adi Digba got loose off of a screen, put up a three, didn't get it to go. Goldman inside, able to pull down the board. 2 white jerseys around him, but he comes down with it. And Goldman with 13. And the lead now 7 for Cypress, largest of the night for either side. Barrientos with the ball for COC. Over to Galgano. He's fouled by Head and will just be the 4th foul on Cypress. King Miller back in as McCray back off the floor. Cougars with their starting unit back on the floor. Cypress going with the hot hand as Goldman stays out there. Oliaga out there. Eseli out there as well as Galgano. Little jumper from about 18 is good. First bucket of the day for Galgano. Cougars, as we said, have spread the ball well. 7 different Cougars with a bucket here early on. Cypress just staying with the hot hand as Goldman puts up a three, didn't go. Cougars able to pull down the board. Just Goldman, Adi Digba, and Flanagan with buckets for COC. Barrientos trying to throw that one to the basket for Smith. Instead, it's a turnover. Back the other way, Cypress. Then another block for Henderson. And the Cougars try and go on the fast break. Miller had it poked away by Flanagan. It's out off of Cypress. It'll be COC basketball. Henderson now with a pair of blocks. Miller off the inbound, puts one up. He's fouled by Goldman and will go to the line. Second time today the Cougars have had a nice design inbound play that it's drawn a good shot. This one draws a foul. The previous one drew a bucket. Miller misses the first. Again, the foul line spelling trouble for the Cougars. Miller makes the second, splits them. Galgano off, Griffin back on. Cougars in a full court press now, trying to put some pressure on the Chargers. Jones with the basketball will get it over to Flanagan, who will slow it down with 12 to shoot here for Cypress. One-on-one against Henderson, works to his left. Tried to dump it inside. Henderson chasing him down, able to get a hand on it along with Corwin Smith, and the Cougars get a steal. They try and run the fast break back the other way. Pass from Henderson, got tipped and then went off of Corwin Smith and out. So it's another turnover on COC. Fifth turnover of the ball game on the Cougars here early on. Remember, the Cougars, the foul shooting and the turnovers have been a problem this year. When you look, you're averaging 82.1 per game this year for your COC. That's 17th best in the state, so top 20. Field goal percentage in the top 35. Defense has been good as well. You're in the top 40 defensively. It's just those little things, the turnovers, and the foul shooting. Your top 10 in the state in rebounds this year, averaging 47 a game, which is second best in the state of California. Doing a lot of things well. It's just the little things that are causing problems. Barrientos going to be called for 5 seconds, possessing the basketball without moving it. The Cougars will go back on defense. Good defense by the Chargers that time to get a stop. Goldman with the basketball, moving to his right. Obayaga, three-pointer on the way, but a charging foul going to be called on Goldman after he dished it. Barrientos had the feet set and draws the foul. Goldman coming off. Felix Reeves coming back in. 27-23, 6:53 to go here in the first half. Cypress in the lead. Canyons with the basketball. Barrientos up the floor. Gets it to King Miller, bounce pass looking for Henderson, but he leads him too far. And yet another turnover on COC. Three-pointer from Reeves from deep, no good. Long rebound, pulled down by Griffin, but he fell down and lost the basketball out. That'll be Cypress ball. Okay, it's one of those plays as a coach you live with. It's a hustle play from Griffin trying to get to the basketball and just couldn't pull it down. Obayaga will run the point here this time for Cypress, moving to his left. Bounce pass towards the corner, and Griffin again sprinting to knock a ball out and make sure it couldn't get in the corner to Adi Digba. Here for Cypress once again. Bounce past Adi Digba, going up against Smith, couldn't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by King Miller. Cougars going to go back the other way. Barrientos stops and pops from the elbow, no good, too strong. Cypress going to run it back the other way. Adi Digba was way behind everybody, and he'll go in for an easy layup. Just got to know where he is. That's how Cypress gets him buckets. He gets loose behind. Another steal for Cypress as the Cougars turn it over. They'll go on a fast break again. Jones's pass back to Esaili, and they're able to put it in, and a timeout going to be called. Actually, it's going to be a delay of game warning against Cypress. But it's 31-23 in favor of the Chargers. Lead up to 8. Isaiah Conlon going to come in and take Barrientos off the floor. Galgano going to go get King Miller. And now Corwin Smith coming off. As the Cougars go small here, Zion Caston back on the floor. Griffin over to Galgano. Spins it to Henderson on the near side wing. Inside, Caston working under the basket. Tried to spin it off the glass. No. A couple of rebound chances were there. It's out off of Cypress. It'll be COC basketball. Griffin from the block. No good. Cougars just poor shooting at this point. Last couple of times down the floor, just have not been able to be connected. Reeves stops in the paint, had a chance. Esaili had a look at it as well, but couldn't get it to go, and the Cougars come up with the rebound. A little sloppy on each end for both sides. Here's Griffin for COC, now to Galgano, back to Griffin. Henderson three-pointer on the way, no good. Long rebound, Reeves able to get a hand on it, tips it over to Esaili. Cypress will go back to work. Mayaga with the basketball, guarded by Conlon. Straight away, moving to his left. We'll dump it back to Jones. 9 to shoot here for Jones, who backs it off into the front court. Now works to his left. Switch off onto Henderson. Tried to throw it back up top. Reeves will put up a three from straight away, too strong. Rebound inside. Esaili pulled it down, put it back after he missed the first and got it to go. The lead is now 10. Esaili averaging 8.5 rebounds per game. The 6'5" forward has been very tough to handle inside. Already has a handful of rebounds here early on. Give him 4. Another turnover by COC. It's just not being connected here early on for the Cougars. Foul going to be called on Nigel Jones. 3:47 to go here in the first half. 33-23, Cypress in the lead. Cougars are in the bonus now. They'll shoot foul shots the rest of the way. So here's Conlon with the ball for COC. Guarded by Flanagan. Dumps it off to Arms. Arms wanting to work off of a screen. Goes to his left, into the paint. Dumps it inside to King Miller, who backs it out. Miller will put up a three-pointer over the top of Esaili and knocks it down. So the Cougars need to start going here. King Miller knocks down a 3. Miller now with 10 to lead the way for COC. Goldman on the bench with 13, leading the way for Cypress. Flanagan drives, kicks it out. Adi Digba will put up a jumper, no good. Long rebound, Flanagan pulls it down, drives to the basket and lays it in. Missed down the floor by COC, but a turnover by Cypress. Three-pointer blocked by Esaili. Cypress gonna try and run the floor back the other way. Inside, up and over the top of King Miller. Adi Digba gets it. Timeout on the floor. Cypress with a 37-26 lead, 2:41 to go. Timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network. ball. Chargers here late in the first half. Cypress has pushed the lead to 11. A 7-1 run for Cypress here in the last few minutes, and they've been getting it done on the boards. 18-13. The rebounds in favor of the Chargers. They've had 6 offensive boards here in the basketball game, leading to 8 second chance points. Cougars have had just 1 second chance point. Arms drives. Cypress wanted to travel, but Arms, a little highlight reel play that time, spinning it off the glass and good. His first bucket of the day. And then Cypress on the other side knocks another one down, and the lead back to 11. Arms working here against Jones. Cougars want to try and get this one back inside single digits to close out the half at the very least. Galgano from just in front of the restricted area with the right hand of a little hook, didn't get it to go, and Cypress able to pull down the rebound. Jones trying to draw a foul, but Galgano had his hands up and was just kind of running behind him. Lottie Digbaugh with the basketball. Leaves it for Flanagan. 1:32 to go here in the first half. 12 to shoot here for the Chargers. Flanagan will work it to Reeves. Reeves guarded by Arms. Dumps it off to Jones. Jones will put up a deep three-pointer. No good. Rebound goes off of Canyons, they say. That should be off of Cypress. Saley, I think, was the one that got the last poke on it. Gotta keep it with Cypress, though. The Chargers will get an extra chance here. The fresh shot clock, a chance to tick it down even further here as they lead by 11. Digbaugh with the basketball will leave it for Flanagan. Step back three-pointer as he was able to slip Conlon, no good. Galgano pulls down the rebound. Cougars will run back the other way. Galgano up the floor. Lost it, but they're going to say there's a foul. So the foul going to go against Nigel Jones. The Cougars will shoot 1 and 1 here. Going to be the 3rd foul on Jones. Barriento's going to check in for the final 54. Galgano, a 44% foul shooter, has struggled from the line this year. Makes the first of 2. Only his 11th trip to the line this season for Galgano. Makes them both. So 2 in a row makes the foul shot percentage creep up. Lead down to 9. Cypress with the ball. Flanagan will bring it into the front court. Adi Digbaugh will work to his left and will dump it off to Jones. Now Flanagan thought he had space. Cougars able to close it off as they're in a zone defense. Steal by COC. Henderson back the other way. Has Barrientos with him. Will just go to the basket himself. Lays it high off the glass with the left hand. Just the 3rd bucket of the day for Henderson. Lead down to 7. Cougars, if they can get another stop, can try and cut it to 5 at the very least. Jones going to back it off. Shot clock is off, so Cypress going to play for the final shot here, as they should. 5 to shoot. Flanagan to his left. Now works back to his right. Kicks it back. Asali going to drive. It's going to be an offensive foul called against Asali, and they're going to put some time back on the clock. It should be 1.1 back on the clock, somewhere in that range. And it'll be a 1 and 1 for the Cougars as well. Should be a 1 and 1 for the Cougars. They're going to put 1 second clean on the clock here. Now because it's an offensive foul. There's no shooting. That would be why. Cougars will have to throw it down the floor, and they're not going to get a shot off. Miller caught it running the wrong direction. Wasn't a very good lead pass from Smith. But the lead down to 7. Cypress with a 39-32 lead. We'll head to a break. Cougars and the Cypress Chargers here from the Cougar Cage. Halftime here at the Cougar cage. Teams back out on the floor getting loose, and we'll get you some stats from the first half. Cypress with a 39-32 lead after the break. Chargers shooting 45% from the floor, 15 of 33. Cougars 12 of 29, 41.4% from the floor. Just 9 3-point attempts for COC in that first half. They made 4 of them, and they only got to the line 7 times, which is low for the Cougars when you look throughout the numbers this year for COC. That's been one of their better points, is getting to the line. They just haven't been making the free throws. This year they averaged 25.1 foul shots per game, which is 5th best in the state. And they make 17.5 of those, which is also 5th best in the state. Just 7 foul shots in that first half. Cypress 5 for 5 from the foul line, 4 for 15 from 3. They've out-rebounded the Cougars 19 to 14 in the first half. 6 offensive boards for Cypress, 13 defensive rebounds for Cypress, just 4 and 10 respectively for the Cougars. COC turning the ball over a little bit too much as well. 9 turnovers for the Cougars, just 5 for Cypress. Chargers with 18 points in the paint and 8 second chance points to just 10 points in the paint for the Cougars and 1 second chance point for COC, as Ramia Adidigba leading the way for Cypress with 14. Trent Goldman has 13. For the Cougars, King Miller, the only one in double figures with 10. Andrew Henderson with 7. Talk about Adidigba for a second here. Is young man averaging 18.8 per. We talked about in the top portion of the state in terms of points per game. Second in the state in points with 226 coming in. 22nd in points per game. Third in the state in field goal percentage, shooting 48 in field goals made, with 79, and 36th in three-pointers made. And you look, he had 42 the other night against Cuyamaca. That's his season high easily, as he was 16 of 26 in that game, 3 of 9 from 3, and 7 of 11 from the floor. He's had 15 or more in 7 games, now 8 if you count today. Or he gets 1 more point and he'll have 8 games with 15 or more points, but 10 of 11 this year with 10 points for Adidigba. He's been the leader so far for Cypress. Cougars have done a good job keeping him off the boards, but have struggled against Asali, who's got 5 already here today. Asali, a guy that averages over 8 rebounds per game. And he's got his 5th straight game with 5 or more rebounds here today. As we look, Cypress will have the basketball out of the break. For COC, we talked about King Miller with the only Cougar with double figures with 10. Henderson with 7. Henderson's only had 5 field goal attempts in the basketball game, and that's low for COC. For their leader in points this year, is usually he's a guy that gets a high volume and makes a high volume. As Flanagan will get it back to Head. Head will put it up from the elbow with the right hand, and it's good. And Cypress picks up where they left off out of the break with a bucket to start, and the lead back up to 9. Barrientos, Galgano, Henderson, Smith, and Miller on the floor for COC. Flanagan, Adidigba, Head, Reeves, and Smith Coleman on the floor. Smith, a little turnaround jumper is good. Smith for the Cougars today. Just his 2nd bucket, 2 for 5 from the floor. 4 points here for Smith. The Cougars break down on defense, but Henderson bails them out, blocks Reeves, who was inside underneath all alone, and Henderson went way up and got a big right paw on it. It's an underrated part of Henderson's game this year. Averages about a block and a half per game. Galgano 3-pointer took a little bit too long, maybe, as he was just out of rhythm on the shot. Didn't get it to go. Flanagan will sprint it back ahead. Cypress gonna kick it back. Smith Coleman 3-pointer is good. And the big man knocks down a 3. And Cypress has the lead back to 10. Henderson from the far side block, trying to work against Reeves, will back it off, crosses him up, goes to the baseline, trying to get a shot off, draws the foul from Smith Coleman, and will head to the line. Henderson, a 73% foul shooter this year. It'll be just the 8th and the 9th foul shot attempts for the Cougars here in this ball game. And remember, COC, as we said in the break, a team averaging 25 foul shots a game, and they make 17 and a half. So very much down, and they'll need to do a better job of getting to the line. Henderson makes both, lead down to 8. So here goes Flanagan for Cypress. Get it over to Head. Drives into the paint. He's going to be called for an offensive foul on a push. So a foul on Cypress. Cougars get the basketball back. Chance to get it back within 6. As that one hit the official, stays in play, so Flanagan gets a steal and an easy bucket on the other end. So it's back to a 10-point lead. That's just bad luck for COC that time. As Flanagan, aggressive, poked it away from Barrientos. It should have just went out, but it hit the official right in the rib. Conlon over to Henderson. Working against Reeves, will put it up from 18 and knocks it down. Timeout by COC. 17:29 to go here in the second half, excuse me. 46-38 in favor of Cypress here on the Cougar Sports Network. Tired of eating at home? Stop into the nearby Jersey Mike's and try the classic number 7 turkey and provolone. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. For up-to-date records and information about COC men's basketball and the rest of the 17 Cougar Athletics teams, including schedules, rosters, stats, game photos, and live stream links, head to the COC Athletics homepage at cocathletics.com. Make sure to follow the Cougars men's basketball team on social media as well, as it'll keep you up to date on all the latest information. Some awesome photos that get posted there as well. Follow COC Athletics as well on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you get your social media fix. So we go back to work. Flanagan will run it up the floor. Foul going to be called against Corwin Smith on a reach, as he tried to knock the ball away from Flanagan but could not. And it'll be Cypress basketball as Flanagan will pick up the foul. Or excuse me, Smith will pick up the foul. Here's Head with the basketball for Cypress. They'll work it back to Flanagan. Digba now will work it into the paint, and he's going to be called for a travel. Got stopped up by a couple of Cougars and just shuffled his feet an extra bit. So the defense good there for COC, and we'll go back to work. Barrientos will bring it up the floor for COC. Been quiet here so far today as Barrientos. Just one bucket. COC, though, has done a good job at working the ball around. Henderson starting to take over a little bit. Puts that one up, didn't get it to go. Rebound to King Miller, though, when he puts it back. Miller now with 12. Leads the way for COC. Henderson with double figures with 11. Barrientos gets a steal for COC. The Cougars will go to work on the offensive side. Never mind, taken away. Cypress with another steal. Flanagan able to just strip it right away from Barrientos and lay it home. Flanagan now with 14. One off his season high. Pass inside. Bucket good for Barrientos. He'll go to the line and try for the old-fashioned three-point play. 7th time this year, Flanagan with 10 or more in a ball game. Barrientos to the line to try and cut the lead. Back to 5. Knocks it down as 70% foul shooter puts it in, completes the three-point transaction, and the Cougars will go back to work defensively after the substitutions. Reeves will bring it in. Cougars come out in a full-court press here. Saley will try and work it up the floor, drops it back to Reeves. Reeves across the timeline, lost the dribble for a second, got it back to Oleaga, who will get it to Flanagan. One-on-one here against Arms. Oleaga now up to Reeves. Saley will back over to Flanagan. All on the perimeter so far here for Cypress. 3 to shoot. Oleaga able to slip his man, puts up a jumper, didn't get it to go. Is Saley able to pull down the offensive rebound and throw it out high to Flanagan, so a full reset here for Cypress. Chargers staying out high at the moment. Flanagan guarded by Arms. Arnold able to get a steal. Cougars wanted a foul as he was trying to throw it ahead. Nothing there, and it's just another turnover. Reeves trying to drive, and now Arnold going to be called for a foul, and that's going to get Howard Fisher off the bench. It's the first foul on Arnold. Second foul in the half on COC. Flanagan will work it ahead against Arms. Stopped it up, got it to Saley. Now back to Flanagan on the far side wing. Up top, Goldman into the game, who had a nice first half, and he comes in the second off the bench and knocks down a 3. Lead back up to 8. Goldman having a hot night. His season high is 21. Had it against Foothill. Cougars turn it over again. Flanagan an easy bucket on the other side. And just like that, back-to-back buckets and lead back up to 10. Goldman today with 16. Flanagan now with 14. And an offensive foul called against COC. It's been all Chargers here for the most part. Late in this first half and early in the second half, they have had control of the ball game, leading by 10 with 14:10 to go. They're getting contributions from all over. Goldman with just his 3rd game of the year. 10 or more points. Cougars get a takeaway here. Arms, bounce pass, Griffin into the paint, blocked. Reeves was there to swat it away. Flanagan will run the floor with speed. Drops it to Goldman, drives into the paint. Blocking foul going to be called against College of the Canyons as Conlon, they say, was not set. Maybe heels on the restricted area. It'll send Goldman to the line, who's been perfect from the foul line so far today. 4 for 4. Make it 5 for 5. Second one finds every portion of the rim it could and falls in. Lead now 12, largest of the day here for Cypress. Cougars need to get busy as they try to go to work. They try to work it inside as Saley gets a hand on the pass. Cypress gonna quickly push back the other way. Obayaga three-pointer no. As Saley rebound on the inside, the foul gonna get called against Eric Grajales. Chargers here so far in this second half. Cougars got it back within 5, but Cypress has pushed the lead to 14 now. Again, trying to force the ball inside. Grajales can't catch it as it was knocked away by Asali, and the Cougars get called for another foul running back up the floor. Nine-0 run here for Cypress. Cougars' last bucket, 16:09. A free throw by Dylan Barrientos. That was the last time the Cougars put the ball in the basket. The last time they made one from the field, 16:39, a layup from King Miller. Otherwise, it's been all Cypress here. 9-0 run, trying to make it even more. Flanagan drives into the paint, scored in the foul. 16-point lead here for Cypress. 11-0 run. Foul going to be called against Smith. It's the 4th foul against Corwin Smith, so he's going to have to come off the floor. Grajales comes right back in. – 11-0 run, the lead 60-43. 17-point advantage. Flanagan going to be called for a reach. Cypress in the bonus going to shoot foul shots the rest of the way. Barrientos now to work the point for COC. Arms wanting to work against Goldman. Drives, throws it off the window and good. So Arms breaks the 12-0 run. He's got 4 now, does Quincy Arms. Goldman, who has 20. Drives, gets it back. Pulls it back out with 3 to shoot. Drives to the paint, goes high off the glass, didn't get it to go. Rebound goes off of COC, and it'll stay with Cypress here. And that... Howard Fisher's got an argument there. That should be a shot clock violation. That ball never touched the rim. Instead, it's a full reset here for Cypress, and they'll go back to work. Flanagan to inbound, throws it into the backcourt. And that was just a mental error from Obayaga that time. He could have kept that one as it was an inbound play. You can throw it into the backcourt. And now the officials getting together. I'm not sure what they're talking about here. I'm not sure what there's to talk about. I'm slightly confused. I guess the discussion was, is it a reset? And it resets the clock to 20 seconds here. So the Cougars get 10 less seconds to work on the offensive side. They'll get a 3-pointer for King Miller, but it was short. It goes off of Reeves and out. It'll be COC basketball. Barrientos here with the basketball for COC. Now to Arms. Throws it over to Miller, who was falling out of bounds, trying to force it inside, a turnover, and then a foul called on King Miller running up the floor, away from the basketball. Will send Cypress to the line. And it's an intentional foul, so it'll put Goldman to the line to shoot twice. Misses the free throw. That was to tie his season high. Makes the second, so he's got 21 now, and Cypress will keep the basketball. So Cypress will go back to work. Flanagan with the basketball. Adigba, and they'll weave out high with Goldman as well. Flanagan with 17, Adigba with 14. Goldman, who has 21, trying for 23, didn't get it to go. And then a foul going to be called against Goldman. He's not happy with the foul. It'll be his third. Cougars will go back to work. Barrientos behind his back, driving with his right hand, goes to the basket, off the glass and good. Cougars need to make a charge here. 10:54, plenty of time. The bucket by Barrientos gets him to 9. Chance to get to double figures with 10. Makes the foul shot. Lead down to 13 here. Barrientos now in double figures. So 3 Cougars in double figures. Goldman 3 from deep is good. Stay with the hot hand, and Goldman do the Chargers. And he's now set his new season high at 24. Arnold driving and going to draw a foul. Going to be against Adigba. Just be his first. And actually, sorry, Barrientos with just 8. The score needed to be updated. It was incorrect, but so King Miller, Andrew Henderson with 12 and 11. Barrientos 8, Arms 4, Galgano, Smith both 4, Arnold 3, McCray 2. Arnold misses the first of a 1-and-1. It'll stay with the Cougars here. For Cypress, it's been Goldman, Flanagan, and Adigba all in double figures. Saley with 4, Smith-Coleman with 3, and Head with 2. That's been it. Cougars turn it over on the inbound play. Reeves drives, lays it in, goes around the pressure, and the lead now back to 18. Barrientos driving, tried to throw it to Henderson, threw it away instead. Turnovers compounding for COC. Adigba to the basket, makes it a 20-point lead. 68-48 Cypress, inside of 10 minutes to go, and the Chargers are rolling. Foul on the floor. Grajales going to go to the line as the foul was inside before the shot. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take the timeout as well. Cypress leading by 20, 68-48 over the Cougars.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Hot hand has been Trent Goldman for Cypress. 7 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3, 7 of 8 from the foul line. Give him 3 rebounds as well. Couple of steals, 24 points to lead the way. It's easily his best game of the year. So he's set his season high. And he's got 6 straight games with 3 rebounds. So out of the break, the Cougars will shoot 1-1 here with Grajales. He was 0 for 2 from the foul line this year. First of the 1-1, no good. Cypress able to pull down the boards. Nigel Jones will bring it ahead here for the Chargers as we're inside of 9 minutes and 35 seconds to go. 20-point lead. Digba guarded by Henderson, works to his left, into the paint. Blocked by Henderson, got a hand on it. Cougars want to run the floor back the other way. Conlon, corner, 3 is good. Just the 5th 3 of the game for COC. Gotta get going in a hurry. It's time not on your side at this point if you're the Cougars. Here's Jones for Cypress, Asali now. Foul gonna be called against Galgano. And it's gonna send Goldman to the line, not the guy you want to send to the line if you're COC, as he's been red hot today. Goldman makes the first. Last 3 games have not been great for COC in terms of the offensive side of the ball. Been held under 80 points in all 3 of those games. They won 2 of the 3, which is a good thing. But the offenses just seemed a little out of sync, and again here today, same thing against San Diego Mesa. Shot 47% from the field, but just 25% from 3. Today they're shooting 47% from the floor, but just 40 field goal attempts, and for the Cougars, that's down from their usual 64 that they average. Henderson gonna go to the line here. On the other side for the Chargers this year, in 5 of their 7 wins, they've hit the 80-point mark, so they're undefeated when they crest 80, because in all 3 of their losses, they've been held under 70 points, so they've hit that 70-point mark. So they've won every game they've played this year when they make 70 or more. Henderson makes them both. Cougars trying to pressure up the floor, and they get a steal. Galgano gonna run quickly into the paint, throws it up, doesn't get it to go, but he's gonna go to the line and shoot 2. It's gonna be a blocking foul, gonna be called against Reeves. So you scratch away if you're COC here. 2 chances for Galgano at the line. quiet here today. Does not have a three-point attempt in, has just one three-pointer. He's made a three-pointer in 6 of 8 this year, has Jimmy Galgano. Just has not had many looks. We're going to clean up the floor here for a second. Been the points in the paint that have done it for Cypress, 32-18. 10-3 on second chance points, and the bench has been hot. 30 points off the bench for the Chargers, just 12 for COC. Galgano splits the foul shots. Cougars get a steal, though, as Griffin gets a takeaway, and will back it off. Galgano beyond three-point, working off the screen. Wanted to dump it inside as Saley got a hand on it, though, again, and gets another steal. 19th turnover on the Cougars. Cypress 23 points off turnovers here in the ball game. They've out-rebounded COC 25-18. Lowest rebounding performance so far of the year for COC. Reeves, three-pointer from the corner is pure. Lead back up to 19. COC has not been held under 35 rebounds in a game at all this year. But just 18 total so far in the ballgame. Cypress giving them fits. Conlon three is short. It was partially blocked, but it landed in the lap of Henderson, and he'll lay it home. Henderson now with 15 for COC. Cypress gonna use a lot of the shot clock here as Adigba kick it back to Flanagan. Flanagan had it poked away by Galgano, dives to retrieve it on the floor, dribbles through a few people, but then throws it towards the corner. And that's where Andrew Henderson is roaming to get a steal, and then he's fouled by Flanagan running back up the floor. It's the third foul on Flanagan. I think that was just a I'm tired, let me get off the floor foul for the guard. Henderson misses the first. Henderson, as we said, a 73% foul shooter. The free throws just have not been there today for the Cougars, just 18 foul shots in there. 11 of 18 so far today, shooting below their average, which is already relatively low by state standards. (73-57), Cypress in the lead. 6:45 to go here in the ball game. Jones with the right hand will back it off. Adigba now working against Henderson. Moves to his right this time. Goes up with the right hand. Was challenged by a couple of bodies. Didn't get it to go. Henderson back the other way. Cougars on the fast break. And an offensive foul called against McCray as Jones able to get his feet set. Oldman now driving to the paint. Swings it with the right hand, didn't get it to fall. Cougars back the other way into the corner for King Miller. He'll work it back out to the wing. Working against Flanagan, wanted to drive baseline, now will back it off. Kicks it back, McCray, three-pointer from straight away is good. McCray with a three, he's got 5. Cougars trying to chip away as they're running out of time here. Lead down to 13. Goldman now working against McCray, draws the foul from Gray Hollis and will go to the line. Again, Goldman just finding a way, having his best game of the year with 26. He's 9 of 10 from the foul line. Make it 10 of 11. In his season high game against Foothill, where he had 21, he only went to the foul line 5 times. Misses the second, so he splits them. Offensive rebound, though, for Cypress as Asele able to poke it out. Chargers go back to work, leading by 14 now. Flanagan to his right as he slipped his man, but he's going to be called for an offensive foul as Corwin Smith had his feet set and Flanagan ran him right over. Good job by the Cougar defense. Flanagan going to come off. That's his 4th foul. That'll be tough for Cypress here. Late in the ballgame with 5:08 to go, your point guard off the floor. Conlon for COC. To Miller. Was trying to find Henderson cutting. Instead, we'll dump it back to Conlon. Underneath, Smith to the basket. Good. Lead down to 12. Cougars need to chip away every time down the floor. Can't go empty pretty much the rest of the way and have to get stops. Adi Digba to the baseline. Little floater with the right hand, no. Asele rebound, couldn't get the putback, and he's fouled by Henderson. Will go to the line. Asele, a 44% foul shooter. Averages 8.5 rebounds per game, and I'm sure he's eclipsed that. Yeah, he's got 10 today. Makes the first foul shot. Season high in rebounds here today with 10. Makes both foul shots. Lead back to 14, 76-62, 4:25 to go. Henderson for COC on the near side, step back 2 as he touched the 3-point line. It's a 2-pointer, good. And a timeout called by Howard. Fisher will take the break as well. 76-64, Cypress in the lead here from the Cougar cage.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
.412 to go here in the ball game. 76-64, Chargers in the lead. They've led since late in the first half and have not looked back at all in this one. Cougars trying to tighten it down. Chargers took their latest lead with 12:26 to go in the first half, and they, actually, excuse me, we'll say 11-12 left in the first half, and they have not looked back since. Pushed the lead all the way up to 20 at one point. The Cougars have chipped it back down to 12. Foul called on COC as Cypress will go to the line again. fouls on Conlon. Jones at the line, misses the first. Jones a 44% foul shooter this year. Both teams shooting two the rest of the way. Jones misses both as Saley, though, pulls down the rebound. Another offensive board for Cypress. It's their 11th of the game, their 28th rebound of the ball game. Out rebounding the Cougars +7. Jones dribbled that one off the foot of Barrientos. Barrientos trying to stay with him here. Just 8 to shoot. Now Jones gonna drive, kicks Goldman. Goldman back to Jones. Jones dribbled it off his own foot that time. Throws up a wild shot and got it to go. You're running hot, and that's certainly been Cypress here today. For Jones, his first bucket of the day was a wild one, but he got it to go before the buzzer. Here's Miller for COC. Over to Henderson, guarded by Reeves. Little jab step. Now we'll put it on the ground, spins, and somehow gets it to fall. I'm surprised he wasn't called for a travel. Cypress wanted as well, didn't get it. Lead is still 12, though. Just about 2.5 to go. Reeves kicks. Jones, 3, good. 81-66. That might just put it away. Miller with 14 working into the paint. Will turn around and take a jumper from the elbow. He's fouled and will go to the line. Miller misses the first, just the 15th and 16th trip to the line today for COC. Miller misses both. Griffin pulls down the rebound, kicks it back to Miller, who will put up a 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Goldman. Cypress will work it back the other way. Great second half by Cypress. They've put up 42. Turn it over here, though, and the Cougars will bring it back the other way. Henderson into the paint, scoops it off the glass. It's good. Timeout called by COC. With 90 seconds exactly left in the game, Henderson with 22 for the Cougars after that last bucket. Five off his season high of 27. Back-to-back games with 10 or more for Henderson. Only King Miller in double figures for the Cougars as well. And again for Cypress, Goldman with 27, Flanagan with 17, Adi Digba with 16. Nobody else in double figures but 5 other Chargers on the board today. Saley with 6, Jones and Reeves with 5, Smith Coleman with 3, and Head with 2. Cougars have had 9 different players find the scoreboard, but just not enough. There's only 48 attempts from the field here in the ball game. For a team that averages 64, that's quite the volume you'd like. They come out here in a full press. They need steals or turnovers, and they get one. Need to push the pace here. Barrientos into the front court. Griffin wanted to get it inside to Smith. Smith could have turned baseline and had an open look. Turned baseline that time as he was tied up and put it off the rim. And then it's out off of Cypress, so COC will get another chance here. 1:13 to go though, but I think you need threes. Trailing by 13. Griffin will get it back to Henderson. Got to put one up quick. They get it inside to Smith. Smith back to Miller. Miller inside to Smith again. Goes up, didn't get it to go. Got his own rebound. They're going to say the foul's on the floor, and he'll go to the line. And a timeout going to be taken by Cypress here. We'll stay right here with it with 61 seconds to go in the ball game. Is Corwin Smith going to go to the line when we come back? And it's just been all Chargers here in the second half, as we said. Cougars just have not not had much doing here in the second half. Flanagan was out on the floor, and Flanagan has 5 fouls. They say, but I'm confused at what's going on here. Back to work out of the break. Smith gonna shoot 2. First does not go. Second is good. Smith will come off, Arnold will come in. The Cougars trying to press again here. They get a turnover. Henderson to the basket, lays it in. Lead down to 10. Reeves to inbound. Cougars stay in the full court press. Adi Digba trying to bring it across the timeline. Could not. Jones going to bring it across, though. Dribbling, looking for an opening. Now Jones driving. Goldman backs it off. Henderson now going to foul him. But it took too long. And they foul the wrong guy, Goldman, who's been hot today. 27, 10 foul shots made, 10 of 12 from the line. He'll look for 2 more. It's a 10-point lead. First is good. Second is good as well. Cougars quickly come back in. Barrientos over, arms, 3, strong. Barrientos able to pull down the rebound. He's gonna drive, tried to lay it in, was fouled, they say, by Adigba, I thought he got a lot of ball on that one, but the foul is called. Barrientos to the line. Each team with a pair of timeouts. Barrientos makes the first. Second is good as well. Lead is 10 once again. Cypress breaks the trap easily that time. And Adigba is going to be fouled by Arnold. With 16.8 to go. Throw no good. Sure you can make up 10 with 16.8 left. So it's 11 now. Barrientos will put up a three, no good. Goldman pulls down the rebound. Cougars tie him up with 5.4. It's pretty much moot, and that'll pretty much put us away. You just got to let the final 5 seconds tick off. Goldman will shoot 2 more foul shots, trying to break 30. So he's got 29. He is the player of the game for Cypress. First is good. Cypress backs everybody off. Goldman will look to get to 31 now. Does it? Cougars will put up one final shot most likely here. As play till the buzzer. Barrientos drives, doesn't get it to go. And that'll do it for the ball game. Cypress an 86-73 win. Cougars lose for the first time here on their home floor this season. They fall to 6-3. Cypress 8-4 now on the year. That'll do it for us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Saturday for more basketball. 5 p.m. against Rio Hondo here from the Cougar Cage.